Thanks. Peace, family. Peace to the gods. Peace to the family. Peace to the family. First and foremost, I appreciate everybody that has sent messages, that has been checking up on us, making sure we good. Yesterday, the fire did get very close to where we live, 2 blocks away from it. We're currently in a red zone, so, it's considered to be on high alert, but it has not received an evacuation order as of yet. The air quality out here is very bad. Somebody said, I forgot you live in Compton. I don't live in Compton.
Come on now.
You didn't forget or remember.
Compton.
But the air quality is very bad. Ash is falling from the sky like it's Pompeii. You would think it was the after effects of a volcano. As you walk outside, there's ash everywhere. It looks like light snow. So you really can't breathe at all in this particular air. So I would suggest that everybody utilize some N95 masks if you can, or make sure you have some air or some way to cover yourself. You can also take charcoal and you can put it in a bowl, right? And you can put that all throughout the house so that it helps purify the air. I would suggest that you buy an air purifier, right? This is very important, especially anybody that has cardiovascular issues, anything that goes on, pre-existing issues that's going on with your health. This can have short and long-term effects. So make sure that you are wearing a mask and that you're taking the proper precautions, right? You can utilize teas like mullein to help, right, cleanse out your lungs and detox it and things of that nature. But this is very serious, and you want to definitely make sure that you're taking the proper precautions during this time. You understand me? These fires and everything that's happening right now is very sad, right? Especially for all the people that lost their homes, right? For the people that lost their lives, for the wildlife that's out here. It's a lot of politicizing already that's happening with this entire situation. And I see a lot of people making all their conspiratorial content and things of that nature. And sometimes, the thing about the internet is it has no empathy whatsoever. It trivializes people's lives for a few views and comments. And I think that's one of the most dangerous things that we have in our times, that there's a lack of empathy. You take people's entire lives and you just turn it into a clip for content. And sometimes people that consider themselves to be so-called woke and things of that nature are the worst at this, right? These are real people, right, that are going through things. And, the times of crisis should bring people together closer to showcase humanity. But unfortunately, we've lost humanity in this matrix. We just see people as content. We see people through screens and we filter them through that. And there's not much, right, empathy at all in the way that we reason with ourselves. I've seen people really lose everything that they've had, and houses that they lived in, and where their children lived in, and that's a form of mourning as well, and a form of trauma that goes on. People were, rushing to evacuate and get supplies, and when you get caught up in a situation like this, you realize how unprepared you are for a situation like this, right? All of us in our daily lives should be preparing. If anything, take this as a warning, right, for what could happen in your area, because you never know. None of these people expected this. Some of these people lived in their homes for over 75 years, and then in one day, a fire come through because of the right conditions, right, or whatever has happened and transpired during this time. They've lost everything, right? So as we going into this year, we're only 1 week in, and the intensity of these things seems will continue to heighten, right? We've seen events that happen in New Orleans, right? We've seen terrorist attacks that happen when cars exploded in front of Trump Towers, and now we got fires in California. And so if you're not paying attention to the symbolism of the time that we're living in, and how serious the time that we living in. And you're not being prepared for the war that is coming. You understand me? It, fires and the way that we treat our ecosystem is the reason why the world is the way that it is. We have got completely out of touch with any indigenous and ancestral practice, and the world is figuratively and literally on fire. Figuratively and literally on fire. And for those that want to politicize whether it's the left or the right, is both. And if you're not smart enough to see that, and you're dumb enough to think that it's one side against the other, that just makes you a fool. You don't have a government that prioritizes people over profit. They prioritizing policing over prevention. So therefore you get this sort of situation that continue to happen, because this should have been something long in the making. When I go to Japan and I look at the early detection systems for earthquakes and how they're preparing and consistently innovating technology and retrofitting the buildings and things of that nature, spending the money to make sure that the public is safe. Now we in that time where you realize as well how powerful these local election and powers are. People are still being taxed on homes that's burned to the ground. The air right now above me, it looks like clouds, but it's not. It's all smog, and LA already has some of the worst air quality in the world. And now it is unbreathable at this point. To inhale is to make yourself sick. And the air out here is eerie. It's a feeling of devastation, right? If you look at the sun right now, it's as orange as it is. It's not supposed to be that orange shining on my face. That's because of the effect of the filtration of the smoke. That sun up there. This is the worst fire in the history of LA. I don't have a mask on because I'm in the car. But I have a mask. I actually need better masks right now, and I couldn't find my box of masks that I usually keep. And is it a sign to the times? And I think that, it may be time to get out of California. Who knows? You see all those people devastated. They're not going to be able to rebuild their homes. There's going to be land grabs by the state and other people that's going to be able to come in and swoop in and buy that land, and people that won't be able to afford taxes on it. And it's unfortunate, a lot of things. But this is the time that if America has money for wars to send to Ukraine and to send to Israel aid whenever they need it, there should not be a single problem with them spending that $55 billion to repair California. But they're going to continue to politicize it. Somebody say, stupid statement. That was a stupid statement that you just made. A very stupid statement. Gotta relax. Huh? Nah, people are... No, I get what you're saying. Nah, I focus on Americans that I know. Black Americans. People that I live around. Those are my people. You know what I'm saying? We focus at our home and then abroad. But anyway, man, y'all stay safe. There are shelters in place. There are donations and resources that people are giving. And if you want to, then I would suggest that you do the same as well. There are a lot of people that need assistance during this time. Let's just not over politicize it and turn it into content for a moment. Sometimes you gotta at least offer assistance, and then okay, go about your regular day, because I know y'all gonna do that anytime anyway. You feel me? But at least offer some assistance. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just turn this shit into content immediately. You feel me? Like, don't be a buster. But anyway, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all be blessed, man. And remember, ain't nobody gonna come save you. You gotta save yourself. That's why the blueprint of 2025 is save yourself. Things will continue to get worse and conditions will continue to get worse. So therefore, you want to be prepared during bad times so that you can still excel. All right. Peace, family.